So I got with me today Jordan, artist, goes by the artist name JAYOO.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Yeah.
tell us what you're working on, man.
Man, so it's a few different things I'm working on. I'm a music artist and I'm a filmmaker as well. And it's been awesome so far because I started off, being the voice of a cartoon character when I was younger.
Wow.
And then I used that money to make my first movie.
That's awesome.
And in my first movie, it had Kobe Bryant, Michael Strahan, Ludacris, like all these different celebrities in it, right?
Wow.
So
how old were you?
I started doing that when I was 12 years old.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I started as the voice of a cartoon character on Nickelodeon at 10.
Wow.
So,
what cartoon character was it?
I was Tyrone the Moose on the Backyardigans.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
That's sick.
Yeah. So it was like awesome stuff to just be a part of,
Yeah, of course.
Like we won an Academy Award and everything. So it was really just like a movement in the entertainment space.
That's amazing.
Was
the pay good?
Oh yeah, it was solid.
Yeah?
Solid enough
Nice.
to make some movies out of it.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
awesome.
saying, bro?
How long did that last?
So I was doing it for about 2 years.
Okay.
And then after that, I just started doing my own thing. I've always been in like the entertainment space as far as like working with different celebrities, but like it's been in the film space. And as I got older, I started to work my way towards the music space more and more. And then when I went off to college down in DC, I kind of like fully hit into my music stride and like my storytelling with my songwriting and stuff like that. And I was recording at pretty cool studios on campus, and it really just made me want to be an artist. And then once I graduated, I just found myself still recording music and keeping with it. And then I found myself like really making full-on projects, and I just kept with it. And then I found like the right people, and they just trained and helped me craft my music space.
So right now, are you more passionate about the music space or the film and acting?
Yeah, I normally get that question, and it's hard for me to choose one. So I usually say the writing. Like I'm interested in writing.
Wow.
As a writer, I feel like my writing, however my thoughts are being portrayed, whether it's in the visual space or the audio space, I want that concept or like that wordplay or that style to come off in the way that I want to present it. So that's like my biggest thing with everything.
How does one get a sponsorship working with like a serious network like AMC or MTV? How does one get a sponsorship like that?
Well, if they know, they should let me know what it is. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's one of those situations where it's difficult. It's challenging.
It's like knowing somebody that knows somebody.
Man. And then you also have to have like that unique it factor. You know what I'm saying? Like my movie was my movie was unique because it had Kobe Bryant, Michael Strahan, Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Like
so they jumped on the
little
opportunity.
Kid, you know what I'm saying? Was able to get all these people in it. But
so that's when you established a connection. So then you made a phone call.
For sure. It wasn't even like I was making a phone call as if it was a friend. It was like I was making a phone call as like a 10-year-old presenting myself or a 12-year-old presenting myself. Like I would like to partner up with your, you know what I'm saying? It had to make sense.
Wow.
It wasn't just like, oh, this little youngster has ambitions. It was like, all right, young man, let's see what you got.
You got a resume, and then you're showing.
And it turned into that. So it was a lot of no's that came with this. I was supposed to be on Everybody Hates Chris. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be like the younger brother on that, and obviously I didn't get that role, but like it is what it is.
Right.
But as I fast forward and really like transition to like the music space, I always wanted to keep like the cinematic kind of like feel to it.
Yes.
And so I found myself performing in Albania in like a music competition.
That's
awesome.
Yeah,
it was pretty
was
awesome.
Was that paid or not paid?
Yeah, it was paid.
Wow,
it was
amazing.
It was a nice situation,
Awesome.
but we made it to the finals. It was like an American Idol kind of situation.
Wow, that's dope.
That's
dope.
And I really like grew from it. That was my first time performing overseas, and I love to travel to begin with. So it was really a great way for me to create like a connection with people internationally with my music and not just with my film stuff.
If you could work with any artist, let's say top 3 that you feel like collabs with the kind of music you make, who would you work with? Top 3 artists that you would want to have a feature on or work with on a track.
That's a good question. There's plenty of people who I really want to work with.
Off the top of your head, I know it's in there, and you just
man.
Let the tongue roll out, bro. Who do you see? Who would you like to hop on with?
I mean, there's a few people that I would like to work with, but I just don't know if our music would really like mesh like that. There's a lot of rappers out there, so
name them, bro.
I can't really name them, man. I can't. Shout out to y'all though. I can't really name them because if it happens and I don't like it, then I'll be mad.
Yeah,
so,
you got to keep some secrets.
Yeah, for sure. But there's plenty of people who I enjoyed their music fully. You know what I'm saying? I was just bumping that Playboy Cardi album. I'm just like, yo, the way he creates different sounds, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know, that Drake album was fire too. You know what I'm saying? He got some good songs on it. You know, Travis Scott's one of those great, artists. So there's definitely a few, and I think that I can hold my own now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the best part about it, that people just haven't discovered, my talents yet. So I'm looking forward to showing people what I got going on.
So you're sitting on a lot of tracks right now.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from releasing them?
That's a good question. Really, I just want to have the fan base so that when I drop them, that people want to listen.
But by then, won't you have more songs?
Yeah, they'll definitely be up there. Yeah, 100%. It's just like, maybe it's just me being in my own head.
Of course,
as far as dropping the stuff. But there's no, I don't have any shame in the songs.
Right,
they're ready to be able to be
just
dropped.
Feels like it's not the right time.
Yeah, I felt like it a few times, and I think that over time you just gotta drop some stuff and see how people respond, opposed to waiting to see what people respond before you drop, because they don't have much to respond to. And so that kind of got me out of my bubble a couple times to drop music, but I'm dying to drop some music. I really want to be able to be one of those artists, because I look at it as if it's a sport. I look at it as if I'm an athlete, and I like to produce in numbers. You know what I'm saying? I see myself as a high scoring athlete, and so I can put numbers on the boards with this music stuff. And so I'm excited to really get into full rhythm of really hitting the studio once a week and really dropping tracks, and then they just come out. Or I post a picture saying music on the way, and people are reposting it
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we're looking for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know it's gradual steps to get there, but overall I feel like we're on the right path. And I think with these next 4 songs that I'm getting ready to drop, I think it's gonna open up a lot of people's eyes and make them realize all right, I know he got more in the vault, because each song is different, so he had to repeat one of these songs at least, once or twice.
So when can we expect to hear him?
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at dropping it before Cinco de Mayo. I want these songs out before Cinco de Mayo. Like I told you off camera, I got visuals that I want to drop out before Cinco de Mayo. So Cinco de Mayo is my cutoff as far as
awesome,
artistically holding on to stuff.
Yeah.
Before the world hears it, and after Cinco de Mayo, it's me pushing stuff.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Performing and showing up to places, and really just doing the whole public figure kind of situation, because it's time for it now.
So right now you said you're working on a show as well?
Yeah, so actually I want to do a tour. I really want to do a good 4 to 5 city tour, maybe even 7 cities if possible. And I really want to do it down the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I went to school in DC, so I have connections there. Atlanta, I have connections. Miami, I have people down there, so they can help me find the right people. So I'm really
Does it cost to perform a show?
Yeah, most times it costs to rent out a venue for sure. But
what do you think the budget is if you want to do something?
Yeah.
What do you think you need the minimum basically you need to start a show?
I mean, it depends on the venue spot. Ultimately, I would look at the range of $1,500 to $3,000 for a night. You know what I'm saying? And then you sell tickets. You try to get something off the bar, and then you sell merch. You know what I'm saying? You can make your money back for sure. But I wouldn't try to keep anything over $5,000 or $7,000, unless it's one of those top venues where it's the Fillmore or the 4040 Club, or you know what I'm saying, one of those spots where it's a crazy name that people just go to on the
because you want to make sure basically you minimum break even on the night instead of losing money by going out.
Give them options to give you money instead of having so many things to pay for yourself.
That's right.
And I feel like I could really pack out a spot where it's 100 people, whether it's me going down 3 days beforehand and going to the barbershops and the mall and being yo, come to my show.
Working yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting it out, bro.
That's how I started with the film stuff. When I was younger, it was DVDs, you feel me? So I was out on the street watch my movie. It got Kobe in it, watch my movie. And then there was a whole school is cool kind of movement with my movies. So I used to hand out book bags, back to school book bags, So I was really on that hustler's mentality.
Yep, that's what you gotta have.
Pushing out product.
Right. Till it takes off, I'll do it myself.
So it's really one of those situations where I'm excited to work. I'm glad I got stuff to work with.
That's right.
I just built it up, and that goes back to the conversation we were having about me having so much. Now it's time for me to really release it out.
That's right. I see that in a lot of artists, that they have music, but they're waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now the TV show that you're working on, tell us about that.
So it's been pretty awesome. So it's called Striking Back, the Striking Back series.
Okay.
And it's really like a hip hop musical. And I'm playing a secret agent, and I'm trying to stop clout chasing zombies essentially. So they'll send me on different missions to pretty much perform at these spots. And if the crowd starts going too crazy, you know what I'm saying, I'm taking them out. Like,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
But like in between, like I'm like rapping, you know, it's like
That's
a music
sick.
video kind of feel for each episode.
So how much would you say is like the acting versus the let's say if there's a 30-minute episode, how many songs is on it versus how much acting is on it?
For sure. So that's a good question. I would say each episode is about 3 minutes long. They're like shorts.
Okay.
But the song is probably like 2 minutes. So I'll say like maybe 66% of it is like music video-esque.
That's it.
And then like the rest of it is like acting and carry the story out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to make sense to people, but we still want to leave space for interpretation as well, because that's what music videos are all about. And I had a hard time with my team because they wanted me, like they were asking me, is this music video driven or is this story like narrative driven?
Right.
I'm like, this is it's hard because we're trying to create a new genre, trying to like blend the lines together.
Right.
And that's something that you can only do once you get good at it. You know, like we shot this project and I had a script, but the characters never read the script. You know what I'm saying? It was all brand new actors, and I didn't want them to be under the pressure of remembering lines. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to be able to just
free flow, let
freely.
it out, right?
This is the situation.
Yes.
How would you act when I'm saying this to you? How would you act if they said something to you? What would you do if a zombie is chasing your ass? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just simple
and
situations.
And so what? They're writing it or they're just coming off the top?
They're coming off the top.
That's
and
amazing.
It's acting. And it came off so easily, and they were surprised. I'm like, I've been working in this stuff since I was like 12 years old.
If you're not feeling it, it's not going to come out right.
It's just like swimming. You know, once you get into the water, it's a little cold at first, but once you're in it and you swim it, your body temperature changes and you're ready to go.
Comes off natural.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you say you're releasing it, where would you be releasing it out?
Right now it's on YouTube.
Okay. Like, it's already out.
We have 7 episodes out right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just about halfway through like season 1 of it.
Nice.
And ultimately we want to have out the first season so people can see like what we're capable of. We call it a proof of concept. And then hopefully we could get picked up by a market, and then we either take it to film festivals and enter into the shorts, or we take it to like a Tubi or Hulu, Netflix, whatever is open. I like Apple TV as well, you know, because I like how it has the music and the movies together.
So somebody right now, if they want to see it, they go on YouTube and type in Clout Chasing Zombies.
Nah, you gotta type in Striking Back.
Striking Back.
Yeah. JAYOO.
Okay. Sick,
that's episode 1. JAYOO. That's where we need to start at. JAYOO. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Sick, man. Sick.
Right. So that's where it all starts off at. And you'll be able to understand it piece by piece, the whole story of who my character is and the world that they live in. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's super exciting, and we look forward to keeping that going. And also like, I do a lot of stuff with the community as well, with like basketball tournaments and stuff, you know. So I've been running this heart-to-heart basketball tournament. This is our 2nd year running it. And
what's the purpose of it?
We call it NOTS, which is keeping negativity off the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we plan to use like that time that people are all together as like a positive time to uplift each other, whether it's that 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. But we have people create basketball teams throughout the community. They sign up to play, and it's pretty much just like a basketball tournament. You could bring whoever on your team, whether it's a hood legend or a street ball legend, or you know your cousin who just got jump shot.
It's in schools or?
No, we usually have it in gyms like the PAL or YMCA's or something along those lines, where people could just come to. It's almost like open gym runs.
Right.
You bring your 5. It's a tournament. Bring your 5, bring your 8, bring your 10. And come hoop, and then the winner, you know, they get a prize. We give out MVP awards.
Nice.
We got the cameras out there, you know what I'm saying? We've done like post-game interviews and stuff like that. So
and it's to motivate the kids coming out to say, okay, I want to be like that and start playing ball.
Exactly. Instead of doing other things that they could have done in the community.
100%.
And then we usually like give out, you know, like brochures or something that can help out the community. We gave out coats, 300 coats, 500 toys, 50 boxes of pizza brought by Papa John's. We gave out tickets to Nets games to the winners. We gave like boat rides, like free boat rides to the winners of the games.
Which borough are you focused in on it?
Mainly, well, so it's funny that you said that. We've done it in every borough. You know what I'm saying? So we've done one in Manhattan, in the Bronx. We've done one in Staten Island, which was awesome. In Brooklyn, we've done one in Queens. You know? So we tapped every borough. And so now, like, we plan to do that again. But we would like to help with people, you know what I'm saying? We would like to collaborate with the right people so that we could really bring like heavy hitter celebrities out, so that people will like, oh,
now everybody's catching attention to it. 100%.
And what are we all here for? We're here to help raise money for pregnant women who need, you know, peanut butter and napkins for their babies who are in shelters, because we worked with a group in Park Slope. And it was a food shelter, and we were able to raise money for pregnant women who needed either food or supplies for their infants, or, you know, for their own homes. And so we're able to connect with a lot of different people, and I'm proud of it, and I want to keep it going.
That's amazing. Let me ask you this: so to raise the money, how would you guys be raising the money? Is it donations or tickets, or how would the money be coming in?
Ultimately, we have like links, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a GoFundMe situation where we're able to like click this link and send some money towards the people who are going through this. Or at the events, we're taking donations of toys or of coats, you know what I'm saying? So it's like bring in, like, go to the store, spend your money, and bring in like a gift for the people. So it's kind of been that situation. Ultimately, in sponsorships as well. There's a lot of different people who want to give back, and it's like, okay, you want to give us $5,000? That could go towards us making the jerseys. And then we'll put your logo right on the jersey and be like, you know what I'm saying? We're so grateful for our sponsors who came a part of us. Yo, these jerseys are fly. Well, thanks to such and such, they're able to help us out. So there's different ways that you could give back, however people feel comfortable, and it's all beneficial, whichever avenue, you know what I'm saying?
And it's a real New York thing.
Yeah, for sure, you know what I'm saying? And it's needed. There's a lot of different things that are going on in New York City that people could shed light to in a positive way. You don't have to feel sad every time you're talking about something real serious. You could be having a good time or a positive time, or you could uplift each other and still talk about some serious stuff at the same time.
You know, one thing I always say is helping other people is a selfish act. Because if I help somebody, I feel better about myself.
Yeah, that's real.
You know?
That's real, for sure. 100%, man. Hey, this is a great conversation.
100%, bro. 100%, bro. Thank you so much for coming out.
Absolutely,
all right.
You know,
shout out to JAYOO.
Yeah,
all right.
Sir,
shout out to Liddy for shooting it.
Word. Shout out to Liddy for sure.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yo, thank you so much, bro.